All right, wind chills we're going to have tonight too. The good news is the winds are going to die off overnight. So we're going to see winds maybe 5 to 10, enough to create a wind chill, but not to drop it too far. So we're really going to barely touch probably 20 below. There could be a few areas that get into the 20 to 25, but I think most areas will stay above that. And that's where you could see some frostbite. We're not going to see any of this quite wind chill yet. We still got January to come, so that some of these we might see later on. To get a wind chill advisory or a cold advisory, you need to get to that 25 below or colder wind chill or temp. We're not going to quite see that yet. Now the wind chills overnight are going to be cold. Even this evening, we're already start seeing below zero wind chills at some locations. That'll continue too because the winds are really the strongest right now during the evening hours. So we could see areas get 10 to 15 below, and then waking up tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., you could see a few areas you can see there approaching minus 20, temperatures in the single digits to teens. So definitely the coldest we've seen so far. Bundle up, obviously, as we go throughout the day. The day is not going to see much improvement. We are going to get into the single digits. The winds are going to start turning around from the south, and you would think that would bring warmer conditions. Unfortunately, those winds are coming over a snowpack, and they're going to create more wind chill because they're going to increase in the afternoon. So our wind chill actually may go down a little bit late afternoon and evening. We're still in the negatives here, almost negative 10. In fact, we will probably see some negative teens Thursday evening, even though our temperatures are going to be kind of steady or slowly rising just because that wind's going to start picking up because we have a system that'll be approaching. So these wind chills actually overnight Friday are still going to be below zero as you wake up potentially by Friday. Although at this point, our temperatures are going to be into the teens, almost above zero. So it gives you an idea we're going to have some stronger winds going in Thursday night. Here's your low temperatures, single digits. We could see a few areas of the coldest spots that get into the teens below zero. As we look at tomorrow's high temperatures, not much improvement, 13 to 14 in the afternoon. The good news is these temperatures are going to be almost the low going into Friday morning because we're going to start rising or be steady over Thursday night. So that's the positive news. Now for record lows, well, we got a few odd days here where the records are in the single digits for La Crosse and just in the low teens for Eau Claire. So we're going to get close. We'll see if we can hit that. Today's record is minus 14, so it's a little bit odd to see these in the single digits, but it is going to be potentially record cold as we go throughout. As you look at the wind speeds, as I mentioned, this evening they're 10 to 15. Overnight they kind of get below about 5, so almost calm conditions, light and variable for the morning, but that's still enough to give you some wind chill. And then they pick up out of the south, as I mentioned, right there in the afternoon, 10 to 15 miles per hour as we go through Thursday afternoon and evening. So that will create some wind chill all the way through Thursday night as these winds pick up. And that's the reason why is because we got a warm front that'll be coming. So there's your highs Friday. Behind that warm front, we're actually going to get the mid to upper 20s. It's going to be quite nice. That does come with a threat of snow. Here's the warm front coming through Thursday night. That's why the winds turn around from the south and we warm up, rise our temperatures to the teens. And then that cold front kind of sags south Friday, gives us an opportunity for some light snow, not significant accumulation. It will be light accumulation, but we will see some snow potentially through Friday evening. And then we're going to get a little colder behind that cold front. And then another opportunity, that's really the theme for this forecast, a lot of opportunities for light snow. Saturday night and early Sunday, there's one opportunity, and next week we have more opportunities. But by middle of next week, we are approaching average temperatures, which is the low 30s or mid 30s, depending on location, with more snow. So we got to get to tomorrow. We'll see some improvement for the weekend. We come back down, and then next week, we might hit freezing.
But you're saying it's a week full of opportunities.
Opportunities for
Maybe
a lot of light
the most amount of
snow.
opportunities he's ever said in a
so
forecast.
many opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities for a lot of light, low snow.
All right. Thank you, Craig.